Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. Several people were taken into custody for allegedly operating a meth ring in the Hazleton area. State police and the Office of the Attorney General began investigating meth sales surrounding 38-year-old Angela Ruggiero back in October. She was allegedly selling large quantities of meth, primarily out of a garage at the rear of 1038 Peace Street in Hazel Township. Ruggiero was charged along with James Draub, Bernard Lamont, Austin Clarko, Adrian O'Donnell, and Stanley Sabattle. Ruggiero faces charges of corrupt organizations, manufacture, delivery, or possession with intent to deliver, and conspiracy charges. She was denied bail after being considered a flight risk. All the other defendants were taken to prison for lack of $250,000 each. The United States Supreme Court ruled in favor of a former Mahanoy area cheerleader who was suspended for making derogatory comments on social media while off of school grounds. The court voted 8-1 in favor of Brandy Levy, who made vulgar comments for not qualifying for the varsity cheerleading team at Mahanoy area back in 2017. The court said the school wrongly suspended her because she wasn't in school at the time the posts were made on Snapchat, and that the suspension violated the teen's First Amendment rights. However, the justices didn't foreclose schools from disciplining students for what they say off campus. Levy's parents stood behind the then 14-year-old and filed a federal lawsuit after she was suspended from the team. After lower courts ruled in her favor, she was reinstated. The school district appealed to the Supreme Court after the appellate ruling said off-campus speech was beyond the school's authority to punish. The Luzerne County Chief Solicitor was appointed as the county's acting manager on Tuesday. David Pedri announced that he'll be resigning as manager on July 6th to take a job in the private sector. County Council voted 6-5 at yesterday's meeting to have Romilda Crocomo serve as manager until they select someone to fill the full-time position, which is expected to happen over the next several months. In the meantime, Crocomo will appoint someone to serve as the acting chief solicitor. A Hanover Township stabbing suspect was taken into custody earlier this week. 20-year-old Nicholas Supram of Nanticoke was charged for allegedly stabbing an unidentified person back on June 15th during a dispute at a home on Lee Park Avenue. The victim was taken to an area hospital for treatment of several lacerations. Supram was charged with aggravated and simple assaults, harassment, public drunkenness, and reckless endangerment. Supram was previously charged for being involved in a fight back on April 8th, where he suffered a stab wound to his leg. He also spent time in prison for assaulting his ex-girlfriend during an incident back in February of 2019. A Plains Township man is behind bars after he allegedly ran his girlfriend over with his vehicle and fled the scene. Police arrived to Tamarack Road on Monday for reports of a woman being struck by a car. Once on scene, the victim told officers that her boyfriend, 48-year-old Thomas Simonson, ran her over with his car. The victim was later treated at a local emergency room. Meanwhile, Simonson was taken into custody at a residence on 2nd Street and is being held without bail. A Luzerne County woman infamously known as the supermarket spitter pled guilty Tuesday to a felony bomb threat charge. 37-year-old Margaret Ann Serco of Hanover Township walked into Garrity's supermarket back on March 25th and proceeded to cough and spit on food items, which cost the store around $35,000 in damages. Witnesses say she smiled and laughed as she told onlookers that she had the coronavirus, which she ended up testing negative for, and that everyone was going to get sick. She pled guilty to the threat in exchange for the dismissal of her other offenses. Serco was also charged in a separate case for refusing to leave a Warrior-run church while claiming she's a child of God. She also pled guilty to defiant trespass in that case and was fined $276. The Delta variant of the coronavirus is being called the greatest threat to the United States' attempt to eliminate the virus. The variant was first identified in India. Studies suggest that it's about 60% more transmissible and now makes up for about 20% of all new U.S. COVID cases. White House Chief Medical Advisor Anthony Fauci says it's a great risk to the country's progress and urges Americans to get fully vaccinated to crush the outbreak. The World Health Organization said that Delta's becoming the dominant variant of COVID, not only in the U.S., but worldwide. A new batch of inductees were welcomed into the Rotary Club of Hazleton, and our Philip Kaufman has the story.
On March 1st of 1921, the Rotary Club of Hazleton was officially born, and since then has continued to be an organization where neighbors, friends, and problem solvers share ideas, join leaders, and take action to create lasting change for the community. And today at the Pines, Rotary met to induct its newest members.
Today we have our Rotary new member induction ceremony. Today we were able to induct 19 new members into the Hazleton Rotary Club, which is amazing. My membership chair, Michael Camisa, was able to bring 17 new members in for my year. And being a pandemic year, this was quite a challenge. So we are so grateful that everybody was able to attend today and in person, and we were able to induct each and every one of them.
But not only was the event a welcoming for the newest Rotarians, Club President Donna Barna also took a moment to award Member of the Year to Membership Chair Mike Camisa.
I'm honored. This is such a great club, and we've got so many awesome members that do so many things in the community, and to be recognized, as one of those people in this club, it feels wonderful.
The pandemic posed problems for organizations, but it seems Rotary turned that around to grow in numbers.
So over the last year, since Donna's presidency and I came on board as the membership chair, we really looked at what we can do to grow the club, and we recognized that we didn't have a lot of diversity. So we made a point to reach out to younger members and the Latino community, the business community especially, and say, hey, join us, help us make a better community for all of us. And they responded. We've gotten 19 new members this year. It's incredible. We're excited for the upcoming year and for where the Hazleton Rotary Club is going to be.
And if you're interested in joining the Rotary Club of Hazleton, there are many different ways to get involved.
You could call me. You could reach out to me. You could reach out to our Facebook page, hazletonrotary.org, or any Rotarian. You could be in touch with any Rotarian, and we would love to have you join our organization and be a part of one of the greatest organizations in our community.
Reporting from the Pines with WYLN News, I'm Philip Kaufman.
Thank you, Phil. Coming up on WYLN News, the Red Cross needs blood. Plus, what goes into hosting a Little League state tournament? But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Jason and I'm 10 years old. Hello, my name's Alexis and I'm 10 years old. And it's super sunny!
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice,
everyday low prices,
plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
Hi everybody, we want you to watch Let's Talk Chiropractic this week. Dr. Alex is all ready to do laser therapy, which changed her thumb rather than getting surgery. He's going to do plantar fasciitis on her painful feet. So stay tuned and watch how incredible our machines are.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from Blaze Alexander of Greater Hazleton, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. I hear stories there's no inventory out there. This is my back lot. We have over 100 Jeeps ready for immediate delivery, whether you're looking for a Renegade, a Cherokee, a Grand Cherokee. We've got them all. We have Ram trucks. Guys, if you're in the market for a Jeep, we are discounting them severely. Come on to Blaze Alexander at 508 Susquehanna Boulevard in Hazleton. And let me tell you something. We take the deals those other guys won't.
The American Red Cross was hit with a double whammy this summer and needs your help. The need for blood donations is now increasing thanks to both the traditional summer slowdown and the pandemic, as many who postponed surgical procedures during the pandemic are now scheduling them. Another part of the concern, more people are now traveling again. With the anticipation of a further need, the Red Cross is asking those who can donate to contact 1-800-RED-CROSS or use the Blood Donor app. Another summertime staple is set to open up tomorrow in Wilkes-Barre. The Wilkes-Barre Farmers Market's making its return to Public Square this year. The seasonal market will be open 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. every Thursday through November 18th. Besides the many types of produce, there will be food vendors too. The Wilkes-Barre Health Department vaccine trailer will also be on hand to administer COVID-19 vaccines for those that wish to participate. WYLN's all-time OTC hero Marty Burns has the in-depth analysis of what's happening on and off-season across our viewing area. Josh Esposito's on this week representing the Valley West Little League. So let's talk sports. Here's part 3.
To put something like this together, you've got to have the help of volunteers. You talked about a few questions ago how well the field is maintained. That is constantly volunteerism. You know, you have a group that handles the field, you have a group that handles the concession stands, so on and so forth. Talk about getting everybody together to say, this is quite an achievement, this is quite an honor for Valley West Little League, an opportunity to show off what we have to the state of Pennsylvania.
And that's really what we're working towards. Whether our 11-12 team actually makes it there or not, we're still going to provide, we're hoping to make this the best tournament that Pennsylvania's ever seen.
Yeah.
It's a lot of time going into it, and again, volunteers from all over willing to help. It's a lot of time put into it.
Now, when we're airing this half-hour show, you will probably already have a game in the district tournament. That's why we rushed to get this on, because you're going to be quite busy from now till states. As you prepare for the district tournament, do you pretty much have to have everything set for the state tournament? You know, with the thoughts being, hey, hopefully we're going to be busy as a team getting ready and possibly getting to that state tournament. So do you have to have almost all your bows tied for the state tournament? You know, get flexible, certain things come up, you know, you have to adjust to, but do you have to have everything ready before districts even start?
We'd like to have, like you said, a lot of the major items, at least to have the ball rolling on it. And we have a committee member, it's actually Daniel's wife, who obviously isn't involved with the teams, but she's really stepped up and taken the ball when things need to be done where I can't actually be there. And all the members on that committee as well, we're trying to get everything as ready as possible before districts.
Right, right.
And we've been preparing since day one when he let us know.
Coming up on Fountain Springs News Choice, we've got pelvic rehab Endless Wellness Wednesday and Community and You. Plus, leading the way, part 3. Stay with us.
This Good News Wednesday, we're highlighting the work of the SPCA of Luzerne County and the perseverance of one pup who didn't let the bad stop her. Nova, the 8-month-old pit bull, was found abandoned and emaciated by Pittston police back on June 12th and is on the road to recovery at the SPCA of Luzerne County. A reward is being offered for information that leads to an arrest, and if anyone has information on Nova's case, they can contact Humane Society officers by calling the shelter at 570-825-4111. But we're pleased to report that Nova's now on the mend and has a very bright future ahead of her. Way to go, Nova. Remember, folks, there's sometimes bad out there, but we can recover and keep going through acts of good like those here at the SPCA who have helped with Nova. That's your Good News Wednesday. Thank you for joining us here on WYLN.
Hi, I'm Marty Burns, host of a new show here on WYLN, Let's Talk Sports. We're going to talk between our basketball and football seasons. We're going to talk to coaches, guests about past seasons, events coming up, different types of things sports related. It's all going to be here on Let's Talk Sports, and you'll be able to see it here on WYLN.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Jura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazelton, 570-454-7229.
Membership opportunities are now available at the Valley Country Club, 79 Country Club Lane in Sugarloaf. Clubhouse upgrades are in progress and will be ready for the spring. Call Frank Radis for details at 570-233-5328.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Solo Spaceman on WYLN TV 35. Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 4, Sundays at 9.
Welcome to Community View here on WYLN. I'm Julia Wiegand, and once again, we are on location at the Hazelton Health and Wellness Center for Wellness Wednesday, thanks to our friends over at Lehigh Valley Health Network. Today, we are going to be talking with one of their physical therapists, Ashley D'Alberto. First of all, how are you, Ashley?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. So today, we are going to be focusing on pelvic rehab. So what types of disorders are usually call for something like pelvic rehab?
Yeah, so we can treat anything involved with the pelvic floor. So postpartum, weakness, we can treat incontinence. So there's stress incontinence and urge incontinence, and that's something we dive into in the pelvic floor. But basically any leakage. And we also can treat just pelvic pain. So sexual intercourse pain or just general muscular pain of the pelvic floor.
Now, what is incontinence?
So incontinence is any leakage of urine throughout the day and or night. And there's two types, stress and urge. So we will look at what factors are contributing to your incontinence and treat that.
Now, when it comes to pelvic rehab, what goes into it?
Sure. So there is an initial evaluation. So just like the rest of your body, your pelvic floor is made up of muscles. So we are testing for the tone of your muscles, the strength of your muscles, and then we're going to look at your overall endurance as well. So there is a small internal exam portion, and then we use a machine to look at the strength and, like I said, the endurance and how long you can tolerate a contraction in order to get you to the bathroom without leaking.
Now, when it comes to pelvic rehab, how would somebody go about, what are the steps that they would take to end up seeing a physical therapist like yourself here?
Yeah, great question. So any primary care physician or your regular OBGYN, you can see them, have a referral placed, and there are many of us throughout the network. So I'm here in Hazelton, And we have some at all of our sites, so I can get somebody in touch with whoever they would need based on their diagnosis and their home location.
That was actually going to be my next point, so I'm glad you said something about that. If there was a situation where somebody came here and it's like, I can help you, but there may be somewhere out there. It seems like everyone here at the Health and Wellness Center kind of is able to point that said patient in the right direction.
Right, yes. So we have a great group of therapists, like I said, throughout the network. And due to COVID, unfortunately, some of the coursework has been on hold, so not all of us have been able to complete all of that coursework. So there are some that I can send the patients to get the right treatment that they need, or I can even send a message through our system easily and get a response back real quickly. That's something that we might be able to work on here with just a little bit of mentoring through the therapist at a different location.
And a lot of the people coming in for pelvic rehab, what's kind of the age range that you end up usually seeing?
Anywhere from 20s up to their 80s. So we're seeing a vast majority of women coming in, depending on the problem that you're having.
All right. Is there anything else that you want our WYLN viewers out there to kind of like really take home from this, whether it be about pelvic rehab or just everything in that?
Yeah, just knowing that it is offered here at the Wellness Center, and we are here for all of your needs. And if it's something that we can help you with, please see your doctor and have a referral and come on in and see us.
Well, thank you so much, Ashley, for squeezing us in right before another patient.
Yeah, no problem.
And thank you, everybody out there. Remember, pelvic rehab, there are options, and they are local. They are right here at the Hazleton Health and Wellness Center, so be sure to take the appropriate steps if you feel that you may end up needing pelvic rehab, and you might be able to see Ashley here, and she'll be able to treat you. That's it for this Wellness Wednesday in Community and You. We'll see you next time here on WYLN.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
What's on TV? Plenty. WYLN TV 35, the best in local programming.
Drama in Motion Performance Works presents Fiddler on the Roof at the Performance Works Factory Theater, 15 School Street in Nuremberg. Check out this fantastic production by getting your tickets online at dmpwshows.org. When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network. There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet trap and sporting clay fields are professionally designed and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-455-4251 extension 1378 for more information. WYLN-CA 35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the Children's Programming Report is on file for public inspection at WYLN 1057 East 10th Street in Hazleton, Pennsylvania during normal business hours. To view the report online, visit fcc.org.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Kathy Bestwick is leading the way into part 3 of this week's series. And And welcome back to this week's Leading the Way with co-president of the Hazleton Art League, Kathy Bestwick. Now, Kathy, for those who may not know, as the co-president, what are your focuses in the Hazleton Art League? What's your role there? How does that all work out?
Well, my role as co-president, I'm co-president with Carl Frankel, who has been a leader in the Art League for many, many years, has lived in Hazleton, worked at Penn State. He is retired now. So he knows everybody and knows the history of the Art League. And I know how to run a nonprofit art center. So I know a lot about nonprofit work and nonprofit management because I did that for 15 years before coming here. So my strengths at the Art League are really about programming because I had to develop all the programming from scratch.
Right.
And grant writing and just managing all the different components. So it's very important for a nonprofit to have many forms of income. So you have membership, and you have donations, and you have grants, and you have programming that brings in income. You have a gallery, and hopefully you sell artwork, so you have that income. And then there's many special events, community events, fundraising events. So you have to wear a lot of different hats, and you have to be able to plan these things from concept to who gets paid at the end and who's washing the dishes at the end and mopping the floors. So there's, a full gamut of planning that goes into every single one of the things I just mentioned. So it takes a lot of planning, really, and I have the experience of doing that. And so I've been working we hired an executive director, Allie McKittrick. So I've been working with Allie and developing our brand new summer camp program. We were going to have it last year, but because of COVID, we had just 2 weeks, a little pilot program. And this summer we're doing the full summer. We have 8 weeks of summer camp planned. And that was a really huge program in Phoenixville, and I'm hoping that it becomes as important to Hazleton as it was in Phoenixville.
All right. All right, everyone. Check back tomorrow night as Kathy continues leading the way into part 4 of this week's segment. Good night. And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page or WYLNTV.com, where you can also find LVHN's real facts about COVID-19. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN-TV.